The new Kortz Center heist is actually disappointing, and here's why. The new Kortz Center heist was announced as one of the biggest updates in GTA Online, and many people, including myself, expected it to become the new best way to make money. But after playing it and looking at the numbers, I honestly think Rockstar completely missed the mark. Now, I haven't tried the heist with a full stack of 4 and full loot bags, so maybe the payout might be a little better, but even then, I seriously doubt it can compete with the Diamond Casino heist even after the nerf, or even come close to what Cayo Perico used to be. And that's honestly disappointing. I don't even know where to begin. Should I start with the ridiculously overpriced mansions, the overpriced art gallery, the $100,000 setup fee every time, or the fact that the heist only gives you a great payout the very first time you complete it? Because all of those things add up to one big problem. The heist simply isn't worth grinding. Now, before I explain why, let's go back and talk about what made the OG heists so successful. And I'm not talking about the apartment heist or the Doomsday heist. I'm talking about the Diamond Casino heist and the Cayo Perico heist. I know some of you are probably thinking, those aren't OG anymore, but trust me, at this point, they basically are. Back then, those heists completely changed GTA Online. For the first time, players finally had reliable ways to earn serious cash. When I bought the Kasatka submarine for the first time, I remember looking at the price tag and thinking, 2.2 million? Seriously? It felt insanely expensive, but after running Cayo Perico a few times, I had already made all my money back. Of course, that's back when the tequila still paid you $900,000. You could recover your investments in just a few runs. And the exact same goes for the Diamond Casino heist. Sure, Lester is a bit obnoxious, and he never stops talking, and yes, we've all wanted to mute him at some point, but if you manage to get gold as your target, the payouts were insane. At one point, the maximum take could reach over $2.5 million, and that's a lot of money. More importantly, those heists respected your time. You bought the property, you learned the prep missions, you got good at them, and before long, you had earned back everything you invested. That's exactly what made those businesses feel rewarding. Now let's compare that to the new mansion update. Well, the mansion I bought, the Rich Man Villa, is the closest one to the Kortz Center. Its base price is $12.8 million. And then if you want to access the art gallery, that's another $4 million. So before you've even started making money, you have already spent roughly $17 million. And that's a massive investment. Now let's do some quick math. If your first completion pays you around 1.6 to 1.9 million, well, that's nice. Nobody's complaining about that. But after that, the payouts drop dramatically. Most players are seeing somewhere around 500,000 to 600,000, and that's where the problem starts. If you want to recover a $16.8 million investment, you're looking at around 10 first-time bonus completions if you're only counting the weekly boosted payout. So that's basically 10 weeks before you even start making a profit. 10 weeks. And if you're grinding the repeat payout at around $500,000 each, you're looking at roughly 30 or more heist completions just to earn your money back. Now, don't get me wrong. Getting $1.7 million on your first completion feels great, but after that, you're spending a long time doing setup missions, paying another setup fee, flying drones, erasing CCTV footage, escaping the police, only to earn a fraction of what the older heists can still make. At that point, I have to ask, why wouldn't I just run the Diamond Casino heist instead? Even after Rockstar nerfed it, it still pays really well. And if you have a friend who owns an arcade too, you can alternate hosting the casino heist back to back and make excellent money together. That's still one of the best grinding methods in the game. Now, I do want to give Rockstar credit for one thing. The mansion itself is awesome. Being able to collect and display artwork inside your own house is actually a really cool feature. For players who enjoy collecting rare items and decorating their properties, I completely understand why they'd love this update. And honestly, that's probably my favorite part of the entire DLC. But if we're judging this update as a money-making business, I don't think it succeeds. Personally, I think Rockstar should have handled it more like the salvage yard. Imagine if every week we got like 3 different high-paying robberies, less prep work, more variety, and decent payouts. That would have kept players coming back every single week. Instead, what we got is a heist that asks you to spend a lot of time on repetitive setup missions for rewards that simply don't justify the efforts. And honestly, that's the biggest disappointment. There is one more thing that really surprised me. When Rockstar announced the Mansion DLC, I was convinced Michael DeSanta would return. think about it. He's one of the greatest thieves in GTA history. Who better to introduce a luxury mansion update centered around a massive robbery other than him? I even told my friends, Michael is definitely going to be part of this. I thought he'd be our contact. I thought he'd help plan the heist. Maybe we'd even get some missions that connected back to GTA V's story. Instead, the only thing we got from Michael was a bottle of champagne and a text message. That's it. It honestly feels like a huge missed opportunity. Michael deserved a proper return. So, what's my final opinion? I don't think this is a terrible update. The mansion looks incredible. The business boost that came with the mansion, the collectible artwork is a fun addition, and the first time payout is actually satisfying. But once that first completion is over, the excitement disappears pretty quickly. The investment is enormous, the prep missions become repetitive, the repeat payouts aren't even competitive, and from a money-making perspective, older heists still offer far better value for your time. Hopefully Rockstar listens to player feedback and makes some adjustment in the future, because this heist has a lot of potential, but right now, it just doesn't live up to it. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Do you enjoy the new heist, or are you sticking with the OGs? Let me know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more GTA Online content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.